It's this week's recommended Blender downloads. Let's go. Alright guys, how's it going? I hope you're doing very well. It's came to that time of the week again where I scour the internet looking for the best downloads for your downloading pleasure. As always, please support third-party developers and artists. Now I have a lot to get through this week, and if you stay towards the end, I have a nice bunch of kitbashing tools that you might want to check out. Do me a favour, but please hit that like and subscribe button. I hate begging for it, but YouTube is not a fan of me taking you away from their website. So let's quickly kick this off. We have the quick roughness layers, the free blender add-on, and we have the Bacon Node free blender add-on. This is from Amit Deep. I think every Sunday he's releasing a free script, so definitely worth keeping an eye out on that page. You also have the import as decal, really nice tool as well. Now let's quickly move this over to late as usual. You have the geometry nodes dust trail, very nice if you're into your geometry nodes. Nice scene, thank you very much. And moving over to Ryan King Art Eve Shadow Catcher Blender file setup free download. Might be worth checking that one out, a nice shadow catcher for Evie. Thank you very much as well, Ryan. And moving over to Ian Huber, I did recommend this and I did cover it in a video a couple of days ago. And it's called the Camerashakify. Essentially what it does is it runs a kind of motion driver over the camera and you get this really nice handheld approach to the camera. Some nice options as well. Definitely recommend you check that one out, and the video's there if you need it. So the next one up is from SlinkHD. I think that's meant to say Better Cycles Glass 2.0. Now, we did play around with it in Blender Royale. It's quite heavy on the scene, so just keep that in the back of your mind. Good for one or two objects, but try not to do millions. But a nice glass shader for cycles if you want to check that one out as well. And moving over to one of our favourites, it's Chuck CG. You have the Greeble Pack version 001. You also have the Sci-fi assets. Now I'm going to give you a whole bunch of kitbashing links in a couple of seconds, but the next one up is from Joshua, and believe it or not, that's my small puppy making that noise, and it's a Sci-fi panel generator. Calm down you, I'm trying to do a video here. It's a Sci-fi panel generator, it's really good, and I made a video. And moving over to my commercial add-on of the week, there is no affiliation link, I just think this is pretty good, and I noticed that it received an update today. It's called Random Flow. It's good for doing greebles and stuff like this. $15, might be worth the investment, it's completely up to you. And of course we have our Sketchfab download of the week. We have Rivet from Ratchet & Clank, a really great asset, and I think if you rigged this it could be pretty good. But another thing that I did pick up on was Miles Morales. Really great asset as well, so these might come in handy. And quickly finishing up before I give you even more links, we have the Polyhaven, you have the Shanghai Riverside HDRI, it's always good to have an HDRI image, and the texture of the week is large sandstone blocks, and again on Polyhaven. All the links in the description down below, so let's quickly check out some of this kit bashing stuff. You have 30 pieces, low object architecture, looks pretty good, great for doing scene bashing, stuff like this. We have the MagicaVoxel Sci-fi and Cyberpunk. Now obviously this uses MagicaVoxel, you can take this into Blender, stuff like this, but it might give you some interesting looks. So the next one up is the Hard Surface Kitbash number 2, it's a couple of objects just to kind of throw in the scene as well. Moving it along to Kitbash Details Pack 001. Now what I recommend you do is just go onto Gumroad and just basically search kitbashing. There is some really good kitbashing assets on sites like Sketchfab. You have basically just Google it, you'll get plenty. And of course you have one from Markham 3D, very nice. You also have a Hard Surface and Kitbash, gives you some screws, stuff like this. And the one that I really like is Subdivision Ready Kitbash, and it's just nuts and bolts, and these are great for quickly throwing in a scene. Anyway, do me a favour guys, like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, follow me on Twitter, you know what to do. Take care.